Hello and welcome to Banfield. We're going to begin tonight with that breaking news that is just unfolding now, a terrifying update to a manhunt that is now 3 weeks old and has become deadly. The Texas Department of Public Safety says a convicted murderer who escaped from a prison bus on May 12th and has not been seen since may in fact be the responsible party for 5 new murders. NewsNation's Brian Entin joins me live now with the latest. And Brian, I'm hearing 2 adults and 3 children. Is that the body count?
Yeah, Ashley, we just confirmed that literally within the last 30 seconds. I'm just going over the latest confirmed information we have. It is a family, 2 adults and 3 children found dead in Leon County, Texas, which is right in the area where they've been searching for this inmate, Gonzalo Lopez, for the last 3 weeks. According to the officials there, the latest we're learning is that they got a call from an individual who became concerned after not hearing from an elderly relative. They went out and investigated, and that is when they made this gruesome discovery. The bodies of 2 adults and 3 children murdered, they believe connected to inmate Gonzalo Lopez. And this is important, Ashley. Right now, they are searching for him. They believe that he is in a white Chevy pickup truck. And they just put out pictures of this pickup truck, which we will have for you shortly. But there you go. There it is right there. So this guy is as dangerous as they get. And he is on the run right now. And they believe he is connected to murdering this family, Ashley.
So we're talking about 3 children and 2 adults who are dead in this vicinity. And I recall back right around May 12th when we were covering this story, Brian, that the biggest concern was getting the word out there to people who live in that area, how deadly this man is and how desperate he was. He needed food, he needed money, he needed supplies, he needed wheels, and he would have killed anyone to get that, because that man on your screen was convicted of using a pickaxe to kill his hostage and was serving a life sentence because of it. And in the ensuing capture of him, shot at a sheriff's deputy and garnered another life sentence for that as well. So that man is lethal and now expected to have killed 5 people since this escape, which I don't know about you, but I am very, very angry about this because we begged the officers to come on television, not only to put his photo out, not only to get people aware of what he looks like to help catch him, but also to warn those people in that area, to warn them that this guy's out there. I mean, I just don't even know what else to say at this point. But if there are 5 dead people out there and they could have been warned, then this would be just a travesty of justice.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Ashley, how all of this started. I mean, this was like right out of a movie. I was out there in Centerville, Texas, right after this guy escaped. He was on a prison transport bus, managed to get out of his handcuffs. Initially, we were told he was shackled at the feet too. That kind of came into question, but we know he somehow got out of his handcuffs and went to the front of the bus, used some kind of weapon to get into the cage where the driver was and took over the bus. You see the picture there. He actually drove the bus and crashed it and then took off. There was a gunfight. They shot at him. There was a prison guard in the front of the bus, in the back of the bus, and he managed to get away. He is a known member of the Mexican mafia. Again, this guy, according to law enforcement, is as dangerous as they come. We've all been wondering where he has been for the last 3 weeks since he escaped. They had this massive perimeter there in Centerville, Texas, which is about halfway between Dallas and Houston, and they had that perimeter up for days. I mean, they had about 1,000 law enforcement officers from all over the state, and they could not find this guy. People were convinced that he made it to Mexico, that he was long gone. Well, guess what? Just within the last hour, we've learned he's not long gone. He's still right in that area, and now he's accused of murdering 5 people.
Here's what else is maddening, Brian, that it took this long to discover 5 dead people, all within that 5-mile radius that they had narrowed the search down to. And I kept getting answers like, nothing to update. We won't be talking to the media live tonight. Nothing to update. Night after night, until we finally just gave up because we couldn't get the authorities to talk to us. And now those people are dead. I am absolutely livid about this. I have covered enough manhunts in my day to know that the most critical aspect is communicating to the people who, A, can help you solve it and catch that guy, just like the White pair, right? Casey and Vicky White. They were spotted because someone saw them on television. And number two, to be careful for your own life if you live in that area. I mean, and then they should have been going door to door and telling them there is a crazed killer on the loose needing help and needing your stuff, and you're in the way. So, would you do us a huge favor? Stay on this story, collect what you can. I know there's a news conference that's ongoing right now. We're trying to get our live signals up to it. It's right in the middle of, between Dallas and Houston. So it's a bit rural and it's hard to get a live signal, on command. But as soon as you hear, Brian, can you give us whatever information you gather? And I understand you're also on your way there. So you'll be live there tomorrow as well. Thanks, Brian.
You got it. Thanks, Ashleigh.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.